Mag on again, another bit of truth. And I want to ask the people, how much of y'all sitting at home watch this Kyle Rittenhouse shit and believe it? Now, I did a radio show and I talk about it and I basically show you. That's before the so-called verdict and everything. I try to tell you that, listen, the show that they give you right here is more like the outcome you need to see, what gonna happen when the so-called verdict read. And I didn't never say nothing about whether he go be guilty or innocent, but I told you already what gonna happen, the eruption after they do, and I already know what it is. So this shit right here is a hoax set up for the masses, and I told you it's a lot of agenda mixed up in one. As far as this 17-year-old right here carrying around a gun, a AR-15 at that with a 30-round clip and everything. It's just a show for the masses, and this is how they pass agenda. We go get into this and show you how they divide up the people with this bullshit. Make it run.
Cities across the country bracing for a second night of protests after the acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse. From New York City to Chicago to Portland.
Take a look at this all over, people in America. Everybody basically going on riots, marching and everything with picket signs over the so-called verdict of the Kyle Rittenhouse. What did I tell you? That's all. You see, I don't focus on the fuckery. I really show you what they're gonna do and the agenda. That's what you need to pay attention to. It's just a show. That's why they have it on TV. What do you think? Make it run.
Police declared a riot after some in the crowd damaged buildings and threw things at police officers. The demonstrations happening after a jury found Rittenhouse not...
And take a look at this, just like he was fake crying, and I told you. They can't use no actor that can fool the mag. You better wake your dumb ass up. They can never bring an actor to fool me. You understand? So the first time when I show you, I tell you already about it. I talk about it in the so-called, in the radio show. And tell you that he fake cry, not a lick of tears, but this is how the human beings are. All you have to do is show some emotion. It not even have to be real. They're gonna bite. You see this right here? All he do is cringing up his face and no tears. But they actually say he break down. This time he fainted. Wow, what a dumb shit. Remember when he was explaining when he shoot the people, he break down and cry with no tears. Take a look at this fucking faker right here. The people slept on.
Guilty of all charges connected.
Look at him, people.
To a shooting in Kenosha back in 2020.
Look at this shit. It's fakery. He's just an actor. That's the reason why he get this role to play. You never understand. Look at these 6 swirls. All coding. And watch this.
I want to go to my panel now. And David, I want to talk to you first. You know, yesterday, one of the head of the NYPD actually texted me shortly after the verdict that the entire personnel under the NYPD were ordered to stay on shift for fear of backlash.
Remember, they've been telling you that the National Guard is on standby for the verdict. I already told you, people, it's just a show. 100%. And I tell you, because it's the end of times, this is why they're doing all this eruption everywhere. In the world gonna be the same thing. You're not getting it. It's a pandemic entertainment.
What say you?
Well, I say this is what's dangerous about the left unleashed, and we're now seeing them fully on display. Because not only at the NYPD, where you and I probably know some of the same people who've been there for a while, but around the country, as I spoke to my sources and others on the back channels, they were talking about this. A lot of officers concerned about this precinct level. And when you look at one of the things reported by the Daily Caller, and they were instrumental in this case, even more so than a lot of the legacy and left-wing media. They were saying, burn the precinct, every city, every town. So, police department...
Where do you think those come from? It's the same peoples that run in the world. They're the one who put on these shows. You never understand. The whole wide world gotta be in eruption for the end of times. That's why they're doing it.
Knew what was coming.
Where they get these signs from, people? Where they get these signs from with the serpents on it? Wow, what a dumb shit.
Knew what was coming.
Wow, what is this? Wow.
Tammy, I don't know if you agree, but my
where they get these signs from, people? You can't tell me nothing. Is government organized these shit right here to divide up the people in sections?
This is that the reason for the backlash has to do a lot with all the misinformation being reported by several media outlets.
Wow,
they're now
always misinformation is the problem. The whole news system is fake. Once it's called news, it means it's fake shit, propaganda. to turn the masses where they want them.
Backtrack their reporting. There are so many facts that we're missing. Case in point, many Democratic politicians questioned whether Rittenhouse was there in Kenosha the night of the shooting. It turned out he was already in Kenosha. He had family there, including his father. The gun was also in Kenosha. It also turns out the gun was not illegal, which is why the minor carrying a weapon charge was working in Kenosha.
You see that what I don't tell you, people? All agenda mix up in it, and I already told you. Most states already come out with the law of carrying guns without a so-called license or a permit. Why they do that? Same shit they just show you with the Rittenhouse. People can actually shoot down people in the streets now. The police gonna be cool with it. But what you have to understand, it's just a way to depopulate the people 100% in. Why would you think they give them guns in Memphis and say, yeah, you can roll around with guns, and now they tell you that the rapper just died? What I tell you, the same thing they do in Florida, in Texas. They so-called let people walking around with guns. It's good to walk around with guns. No license, no nothing, no permit. You don't even have to know to shoot a gun to walk around with it. That's what they want, people, so people can kill each other, and then the police have a reason to shoot you when he show up because you have a gun.
This is what has enraged America.
Well, but look, I think I would disagree in some sense that it's like any excuse. When you talk about Portland is upset and Portland is burning things down, what's new?
You see?
Right? It's like any excuse, and they don't care about the facts of the matter.
No, it's them doing it. It's all planned and set up, as you could see the orange hat on for Freemasonry. What is this they show you right here? What is this? What is this right here? Where is this that the people trying to get under, and all of these people right here with guns? It is bullshit for the dumb people.
They never have, even about the police, as the police have been effectively de facto defunded in so many of these.
And it's not a coincidence, people. Let's go back, because you can't miss nothing in these times. They have the martial right there post up. Guess they're trying to tell you about martial laws. I ain't playing, people. This is what they're gonna lead up to with all of these chaos. The order gonna come.
So what it gonna be? So many of these cities, things have gotten worse, fake shit. And that's fine with these individuals.
Look at them.
I mean, look, I think
the peoples that coming in got cameras. That's what they got right there. What you think, people? You really believe it's people that gonna riots? It's bullshit. It's fake shit.
That what has also made this a bigger problem.
Who is recording it that can't show the peoples that out here? Wow, where is the people that trying to get under there? That trying to get under the garage is one man, and the rest of them with cameras.
You guys might agree with this. Are the comments by office holders, like here in New York, de Blasio and even Cuomo opened up his pie
all
hole
set up
to you know, make
look
make
at them. They're laughing because it is a division scheme for the dumb people. Wake your ass up.
About how bad this was, and to condemn the verdict and the implication by members of Congress and by other mayors and other effectively leftists and Democrat politicians have fueled the fire, almost wanting riots.
Every fucking thing going on is politics, people. Why? Everything in America is politics, and the masses take to it and feels like it's something real they're giving them. It's hoax they set up for these propaganda right here, so they can talk about it, so they can fuck with the masses.
Like they just don't want to be wrong. That's their big issue, right, you guys? That like they just don't want to be wrong about these things.
Well, they're not backtracking. They're doubling down and tripling down, Julie, if you think about it. And Tammy, Charlie, hi, good to see you. But they're doubling down and tripling down. They're pushing the lie, and it's gone international. This is a very dangerous thing.
Charlie, first of all, she's talking about Democratic politicians and members of Congress, but it's not just members of Congress, it's the President of the United States, because when this happened during his election, during his campaigning, the president called him a white supremacist. He could actually be, found guilty for defamation. I mean,
They're just playing with the dumb masses at the end of the day with this fucking foolishness. Move. We go get to CNN. Move on from Fox, see what this one's saying.
Counselor Mark Richards, attorney for Kyle Rittenhouse, helped make that call. Counselor.
810. Remember, I tell you about CNN. Every time they come on, it's coding the time and everything. That's the number 9 coding. Pay attention.
Appreciate you taking the opportunity.
And take a look at this one right here, the so-called lawyer for the Rittenhouse character. And I told you, if you see him in court, he's just a fucking actor. 100%. And this is how they put on puppets. This is just a TV lawyer. 100% in. And now you're going to see him on TV getting interview, including the Kyle Rittenhouse. That's what they're going to do. Make a star out of him. And basically they're going to tell you, yes, people going to hate him and he go have to move from where he live. 100%. Just like they give you with the so-called, what they call him, Zimmerman. You remember the Zimmerman and the Trayvon Martin bullshit? Just a damn propaganda to push the masses in a direction they want them to go.
How difficult a call was it?
Listen.
You know, myself and Corey Sharafi went round and around with it. We felt as though we had a witness, a client who could tell his story.
A witness,
he was articulate, fairly intelligent.
Of course, because you can tell he was trained. You can tell the Rittenhouse was a fucking actor. He was a trained actor. 100% in, but intelligent.
Have any damage?
You have no many
didn't
damage.
Have prior convictions or never been in trouble. He was a police cadet, fire cadet.
He's not no fucking police cadet or no fire cadet. It's just a joke. You're not getting it. It's setting it up nice and smooth for the people so you can have two sides. It's called division.
Pro-social. We thought he could do it. There was obviously a lot of work that went into it. We did a mock jury.
A mock jury. The words they use is a fucking joke. Wow.
And the mock jury where the 12 people did not hear Kyle's story. He scored much worse than the people who did hear his story. And that was subject to cross-examination.
The whole thing set up is bullshit. Remember, they tell you they have to ban MSNBC from coming in the courtroom. I don't know what really happened, people. I mean, how can the courtroom just grant these so-called news network, place in the court to come bring the whole thing on TV? They're showing you the video on the screen. It's not like they hold a camera to the screen. It actually come on the screen. The whole thing is TV production like Judge Judy and them. You're not getting it. The whole thing is about production. The whole thing, they tell you they banned MSNBC because somebody was following the jury bus to take pictures. He run a stop sign and he actually tell the police that pull him over that he dared to take pictures of the jury, even though he know that's illegal. They have to hide the jury and everything. So they claim that they banned the MSNBC from coming in the court. It is a dumb shit. The judge and every one of them is actors, included this one. All of them is actors and the people.
By a trained ex-prosecutor. And that made the decision, I don't want to say easy, but it made it the right call. And in Wisconsin, when you have to put yourself in the feet or the shoes of that person,
really,
he needs to tell his story, and we felt strongly about that from the beginning. Of
course. Use him to play a victim, basically. That's how they do it.
The time I met Kyle Rittenhouse when he was in custody in the McHenry County Detention Center, I talked to him about that, and he was willing to do that and wanted to.
Does he wish he hadn't gone that night?
Listen, look what they're doing. Pay attention.
100 times over. I've had talks. Kyle said if I had to do it all over again and had any idea something like this could happen, I wouldn't do it.
Really?
And that is not, I want to be clear, that is not regret for what he did that night under those circumstances.
It's not regret for what he did that night under those circumstances. So you don't regret what he did. Okay, I got you.
Hindsight is always 20/20, if not better. And he didn't want to kill anybody. And he was left with a terrible choice, and he exercised that choice, which was found to be
I
law.
got a big question for the masses, if anybody's smart here. Why would somebody want to run up on a person with an AR-15 to take it away? You have no weapon on you. This person got a gun that's strapped on him. He got a strapped on an AR-15, and when you see him with it in his hand, he got the fucking finger on the trigger. He hold the gun military style, finger on the trigger. Why would you run up on him to take it away? He got the strap on. That mean you can't take it off his body. Why would somebody do that? That's just dumb, people, because what? It is a fucking show. That's what it is.
Does he think he did anything wrong?
Yeah, ask all those questions.
Legally, no.
Morally?
He wishes he didn't have to do it.
Wow.
But, this case, as you said, has been so political. So,
political.
Yes or no. The narrative that came out was not the truth. At trial, it did come out. He had lived in that community. He had worked in that community.
What
his
a
family,
dumb shit.
His dad, his grandmother. aunt's
For
uncle.
a 17-year-old, he's surely doing so much. He's doing way too much, people. Get the fuck out of here. Just a character they make up.
Lived in that community. He spent a lot of time there.
Mm-hmm.
He went down there earlier in the day to help clean up graffiti. Do
To
those
help
things.
clean up graffiti while it's happening? Tell me if that makes sense, people. You don't wait till after the riots and everything to go clean up graffiti. You're going while they're doing it, you're gonna clean it up. It's bullshit. Wake your ass up. The whole thing put together. And like I show you, no, I did talk about it so-called in my radio show, basically. And I tell you that a radio or a TV station actually interviewed the Kyle Rittenhouse before he go on that shooting spree. They're trying to make you get familiar with him. You never understand. He's just an actor.
And when he was asked to help out at Car Source, he went.
Wow,
And,
what a dumb shit.
So much was made that he wasn't an EMT.
He's not no fucking EMT. He's just a faker. 100% in.
He did help people there.
Wow.
Nobody was harmed by
So if
Kyle
you help people, that mean you are EMT. It's bullshit.
Rittenhouse putting bandages or gauze on.
Wow.
And he went around seeking to help people.
Hold on.
He did help people there. Nobody was harmed by Kyle Rittenhouse.
Nobody was armed by Kyle Rittenhouse. I thought it's the same motherfucker shoot 2 people and injure 1. Is it the same person? What you mean nobody wasn't harmed by him? Dumb the
Putting
fuck on.
bandages or gauze on.
Wow.
And he went around seeking to help people.
Wow, what a dumb shit. Nobody seek to help people and hold a gun. If you want to help people, why don't you hold the first aid kit? Why the fuck would you hold a gun in your damn lap saying you're helping people? They don't use gun to help people. What kind of dumb shit is that? It's bullshit.
Portray him as a liar and fireman wannabe.
Fireman.
I don't think that's what it was.
He's not a
that was the
fireman.
narrative they needed to put forth to try and get a conviction on Kyle Rittenhouse.
Does he have concerns that maybe he could have done something else? Maybe he didn't have to fire. Maybe he could have fought.
Dumb question.
Maybe he could have gotten back on his feet. Does he ask himself those questions?
Oh, you're going to know.
I don't. As to Mr. Rosenbaum, and that was really the count that I think set up this whole case. I told the story earlier, and it's 100% true. The first time I met Kyle, I asked him about Rittenhouse. I hadn't seen Kyle. I asked him about Rittenhouse. I hadn't seen.
You asked him about Rittenhouse. What kind of dumb shit
that
is that?
video? And I asked him how big Rosenbaum was.
Oh,
and he said to me, he goes, he was over 6 feet and 250 pounds.
Of course, you know right away how big he is, how much he weighs. So you decide that, yes, he kind of big, so let me shoot him. Get your ass out of here. It's bullshit.
Obviously, that was wrong.
Yep.
That was his perception. As this individual who was throwing this bag, who he had seen earlier in the evening, was coming at him.
Wow.
And,
wow, it's dumb people.
One, as I said, he had no duty to retreat. But 2, Mr. Rosenbaum could have stopped at any time and none of this would have stopped.
Why would somebody with no weapon running up on somebody with an AR-15 that can shatter your bones? 1 bullet can kill more than 1 person from that AR-15. What are you telling me here? Why the fuck would you run up on somebody holding a gun with his finger on the trigger?
Happened.
Wow.
His
Just
judgment
shoot somebody down and you running up on him again.
As he yelled on the tape,
wow.
And it was clearly visible. You aren't going to do SMFer. And he believed Kyle didn't have the guts to do it.
Wow.
He was wrong and he paid with his life.
Okay, so that's the first man that he shot? Wow, people, why would you do that? I never seen that in my life. I don't give a fuck what you say. You believe that, people? Even if it's just a simple handgun, they're not gonna try somebody holding a gun and they got no weapon. You can't tell me nothing. You think I'm dumb or what? You better listen to me. I've been in situations. If somebody hold a gun, nobody not gonna run up on him. Do you understand that? I'm not saying if somebody stick you up and trying to do something to you and you see a chance to try to take away the gun. That's not what happened in this case. Is somebody holding a gun standing there and somebody decide I must disarm him. I must take the gun away from him. He try and boom, he fail. Another motherfucker gonna try again. Boom, another person laying on the ground. And then somebody else running up on him again. Do you believe that, people? And he's still shooting a 30-round clip. A 30-round clip, people. You gotta be kidding me. Who is that dumb? I don't think so.
Well, I don't know that it's guts.
It's bullshit.
I think it's bad judgment. It was justified under the law, but I think it's hard, and that's why I asked the question. It's hard to believe that somebody chasing you is going to beat you to death.
Why else was he chasing him, Chris?
Probably to get him and beat him up, hurt him. But again, my problem...
It's bullshit. The whole thing is bullshit. Nobody gonna run down a man with an AR-15 with his finger on the trigger to beat him up. They see the 30-round clip on the gun. They're not stupid. What's wrong with you people?
It's with the law here.
Wow.
Look, we don't know what he was going to do. All we know, now we do, because now we know that none of the people involved here ever killed anybody before. Or
Remember this, people. CNN is going against the verdict, and Fox is happy with it. That's how they divide up the dumb people. One is left, they call, and one is right. This is how they do it. Republican and Democrat and the dumb people.
That kind of violence. But he didn't know that in the moment. This law, does it concern you how low a bar this law presents for now some 10 years? That there's no duty to retreat? That you've put yourself in his shoes, not the reason...
Yeah, well, a lot of states do have that no retreat law. That's what I tell you. They do it for the depopulation. They don't have to come kill you. They just let you have the gun so you can kill each other. And they just come and so-called investigate. Do you get it?
That the prosecutor has to prove self-defense wasn't necessary by a reasonable doubt, unlike so many other state statutes. You worried about this being too low a bar?
You know, I don't think anybody with a brain is going to go out and say, I'm going to go kill somebody.
Really?
And see if I can get away with it in self-defense. I've done a lot of self-defense cases in Wisconsin over the years where it was claimed and hasn't been successful. And Kyle Rittenhouse is thankful that this was on videotape because it showed this individual's true.
And another thing again, people, that I wanted to tell you, I talk about it in the radio show as well. They have footage of the whole fucking thing. Might be a foggy shit, but they have footage of the whole thing. Like I don't tell you, the whole thing was a damn show. It's not a coincidence why the whole thing is recorded. It is a show.
Intent throughout the evening. And, you know, if it was his word against the mob, he would have came in second.
Oh, and the mob. What a dumb shit for the masses. Let's get into this. Now take a look at this guy right here, people. And he 100% fake. I don't understand why you can't see it. The Kyle Rittenhouse is an actor. He's a 100% actor. They give a role right here. Pay attention. Look at him.
The jury reached the correct verdict. Self-defense is not illegal.
Remember, he just passed out in court. They have to revive him. And now listen to him right here. I know he's an actor, people. A 100% faker.
And I believe they came to the correct verdict, and I'm glad that everything went well. And it's been a rough journey, but we made it through it. We made it through the hard part.
Wow, take a look at him, people. You see that right there? Take a look at this right here. Because I told you he's just an actor. He just passed out a while ago. Pay attention.
Showing Kyle on the ride home. It was released tonight.
Of course. Where is this again? Watch this.
On the ride home, it was
on the ride home. That's his home right there, people. Who is this? You gotta be fucking kidding me. They follow him at home and record him and bring it on TV. The whole thing is a hoax, people. The whole thing is a show for the dumb people.
Released tonight as part of a teaser for an interview that Tucker Carlson will be doing.
He's gonna do an interview with Tucker Carlson. I already told you, people. What did I tell you? This is how they do it right here. Just a show. They're putting out a puppet, and there you go with the 6 words. They're never gonna leave it out. Pay attention here.
Rittenhouse. It's the first since his acquittal. That interview scheduled to air Monday night.
There you go. Monday night they have the interview coming up, and there you go. Star in the making. Kyle Rittenhouse. There you go. They're walking him out of court. Cameras on him and everything. What you think, people? The whole thing is a show for their damn agenda. Did they get it across? I'm gone.